The Silent Sailor. In the bustling harbour town of Crest Haven, preparations for the maiden voyage of the Horizon's Edge were underway. The ship, destined to explore uncharted waters, required skilled navigators to guide it through treacherous seas. Two men were chosen for the task: Adrian, a sailor with a commanding presence, and Lucian, a quiet cartographer whose work was as meticulous as it was unassuming. As the voyage began, Adrian quickly became the center of attention. His charm and confidence won over the crew, and he regaled them with tales of daring exploits, many of them embellished. Whenever Lucian delivered his carefully plotted charts, Adrian made a show of reviewing them, claiming the credit as his own. "Lucian here has a knack for the basics," Adrian proclaimed one day, holding up a chart. "But let's not forget, it's the sailor, not the map, who truly navigates the seas." The crew laughed, and Adrian basked in their admiration. Lucian, seated at the navigation table, remained silent. A young crewman leaned in and whispered, "Why do you let him take credit for your work?" Lucian gave a faint smile. "The map doesn't care who gets the credit, as long as the ship finds its way." Weeks passed, and the voyage proceeded smoothly, thanks to Lucian's precise calculations. Yet the crew's respect remained fixed on Adrian, who continued to overshadow Lucian's efforts with his bravado. Adrian thrived on the admiration, subtly reinforcing the notion that Lucian was merely his assistant. But then came the storm. One night, as the ship approached a region of treacherous reefs, a sudden squall descended. The wind howled, waves towered over the deck, and the compass spun wildly. Panic set in as the crew struggled to maintain control, their eyes turning to Adrian. Adrian strode to the navigation table, his usual confidence faltering as he studied Lucian's intricate markings. The symbols and calculations, far beyond his understanding, left him frozen. I just need to recalibrate the tools," he stammered, stalling for time as the ship lurched dangerously close to the reefs. The captain, seeing through Adrian's facade, demanded, "What's our course?" Adrian hesitated, his bravado crumbling. The crew began to murmur. "Does he even know what he's doing?" one sailor whispered. Lucian, standing quietly nearby, stepped forward. "Captain," he said in a steady voice, "let me guide us through." The captain, desperate and out of options, nodded. "Do it." Lucian moved swiftly, recalibrating the instruments and issuing clear, precise orders. "Turn 12 degrees to port. Lower the sails to stabilize the mast. Keep the wheel steady." His calm, confident tone cut through the chaos, and the crew obeyed without question. Under Lucian's guidance, the ship navigated away from the reefs and into calmer waters. As dawn broke, the exhausted crew gathered on deck, their relief palpable. The captain addressed Adrian, his tone stern. "Last night, this ship needed a leader who could guide us through chaos. Instead, it found a man who hesitated when it mattered most." Adrian, cornered, forced a confident smirk. "Well, maybe if Lucian didn't spend all his time scribbling maps in the dark, we wouldn't have needed saving in the first place." The crew exchanged uneasy glances. Lucian, still standing by the navigation table, looked up and said evenly, "Funny how the one who claims to see clearly was blind to the storm until it hit." The silence was deafening for a moment, then, like a dam breaking, the crew erupted into laughter. The sound echoed across the deck, a mixture of relief and vindication. Adrian's face reddened as the crew's laughter grew louder. Even the captain let a quiet chuckle escape. Lucian, unbothered, returned to his charts. The captain addressed the crew once more. Well, I think we all know who the ship can truly rely on now. The crew nodded, their respect for Lucian cemented. Adrian, his bravado shattered, slunk away in humiliation, his once commanding presence reduced to a shadow of itself. From that day forward, the crew turned to Lucian for guidance, trusting his calm expertise. Adrian, ignored and sidelined, was left to reflect on his arrogance and failure. Lucian, as always, remained quiet, letting his actions speak louder than words. When asked why he hadn't called out Adrian sooner, Lucian replied, "Truth, like the tides, cannot be rushed. It finds its moment to rise, and when it does, it leaves no room for pretenders to stand." Moral of the story: taking credit for someone else's work may win admiration for a time, but true skill cannot be faked. When challenges arise, competence triumphs over arrogance, and respect shifts to those who have earned it through action. Quiet diligence will always stand the test of time, while bravado crumbles when it matters most. If you enjoyed this story, we'd truly appreciate it if you gave this video a like. And if you want more content like this, consider subscribing and turning on notifications so you never miss a new upload. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.